has the Mail story given you ideas about how to get 2 million quid?
You know what? I can't do these stories anymore. They're just so depressing. I mean, in the beginning, it was like, I'm so happy to be on TV. Now this is like bumming me out. Mosque has decades-long history of alleged extremism and hate speech, including an imam who gave a sermon and had to stone women correctly. Had to stone them correctly. They were handed a £2 million grant. And
it's a problem. Stoning women incorrectly is a real issue.
Well, it probably goes against the great books. Anyway, this is the Green Lane Mosque in Birmingham, and they were once featured in a documentary about how to kill the kafir, or kafir, whatever it is, which is a derogatory term.
They're based on about you, Lewis.
The fact is that we can't talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it.
You talk about it.
Okay, well, I will talk about it.
You get the off-com
They're
complaints.
talking about violent jihad. The crazy thing is that this footage of it calling for the correct way to stone, this was on their YouTube channel. Yeah. Like, they're promoting it. Yeah. And then suddenly it gets pulled out. And the other thing that's interesting, this is a Mail article, they're trying to it feels like they're putting the blame on Labour. Now, £77,000 has already gone to them. There's further £2 million. And the idea was to develop youth centres. That's a great idea. That's been a massive failure, I believe, of this government, is not to invest in our youth, to give them time to do something. But the idea that there's this sort of £2 million
This is not investing in our youth. It's investing in those youth.
Well, in
people who are going to this.
Well, certainly
mosque.
if the ideology is going to be continued. This is the point.
But of course the ideology, because all religious organizations are promoting the continuation.
You've never been to my synagogue. It's just literally about, like, making chicken soup and making challah.
And you're saying that's not about continuing the...
Anyway, their stoning techniques are terrible at his synagogue. It's a mistake. The article does really try and say, at some point someone looking into it was some former Labour something. Yeah. This is the Department for Culture, Media and Sports, and I guess the sports is because is stoning a category? I don't know. Is this a Nadine Dorries thing? I looked through it to try and find the time when it actually happened, because it could be a Nadine Dorries one. Look, clearly they shouldn't get the money. If ever anyone shouldn't get their hands on construction materials, it's people who like stoning.
Very good. But I did. Don't worry, it'd be aerated concrete, so it would be very light. Very light, 70% air.
Did you find out the correct way to stone? I didn't watch the video, but I read the details.
No, what is the correct way?
Apparently, you're meant to bury the women up to the waist to protect their decency.
Well, that's important.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You're full of facts.